Hey, Mike Healy here, and I am going to simplify the Nelo Life matrix for you so you'll understand what it is. And I am using a third grader dry erase board to keep it simple. Now, the reason I know I can explain this to you in simple terms is I've worked about 6 matrices or matrices, however you want to say it, over my 30-year career in networking very successfully because I understood them and I understand how they built. Now, here's the deal. They are already established structures which you might not understand, and your objective is to fill the spots. So when a matrix is developed, this one in the Nelo Life comp plan is a 2x16, meaning you can only have 2 people in the first generation, 4 spots, 8 spots, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, etc., all the way down. Now, realistically, if anybody's telling you to get in and they'll automatically build it for you, run, or just plan on being completely disappointed and you're gonna wanna punch them in the nose later because that's not typically how it works, okay? This is a business if you treat it like a business. If you treat it like a get rich quick, I promise you, you won't, and you'll end up making videos that make you look stupid because of how disgruntled you will become. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you this, and I'm gonna actually go with a red marker on this part. Now, how a matrix works is the objective is, and the power of these is in the simplicity of the fact that you're only, basically encouraging people to do a simple task of enrolling 2 members, right? 2 members, which would fill these spots. So if they got their first member, it would go here. If they got their second member, it would go here. So you got 1 and 2. That's a 2 right there, by the way. Now, we hope, or we want to help the first and second person, or our people, no matter how many you enroll, to get their 2. And right, so this would be, if one got one, we'll go 1A and 1B, right? Now, that doesn't always happen all of the time, reality check. But at the same time, it doesn't mean you have to wait. And now here's the power of a matrix. Is let's say you've sponsored your 2, this guy went out of the gates and got their 2, or this girl right out of the gates. What happens then if you were to bring in your third person, it does what we call spill. And what's going to happen is now your third personal will come in, and because the matrix, the way the computer builds it, it's going to go left to right. It's going to fill in. It's going to look to the next spot. And so your third personal would actually drop right there. Okay? So I think I said this, I may not have, but just what you have to do is you have to picture an already existing structure as a hotel with empty occupancy. Easiest way to explain it. You have a 2x16, and if you fill out all 16, obviously it's insane amounts of money, but they never typically do that. The reason they typically, comp plans extend those, or companies extend the levels, is because people will be driven deep as far as in a matrix a lot of times quickly. Because let's say this person right here, so we're gonna go with a green marker again. We're gonna say this one has people here. We'll just extend this side. And I'm not gonna draw it all the way out, but you get what I'm saying here, right? But what's gonna happen is, let's assume this is filled like this, right? Well, let's say 1 actually goes out and gets A, B, and then they go out and get a third one, which would be C, A, B, C, D, E, and F, because they're just racking them and stacking them. So they have filled all these spots right here themselves. And then let's say their first person they enrolled went out and put somebody in here, here, and here. So now what's happening is these empty places, these empty spots, these hotel rooms are now getting full occupancy. But what's happening is these spots over here still have not matured out, right? So they're still all empty. And what's happening, and I'll just extend that out. I should have drawn that farther out. What's happening though is now if 2 gets their first one in because you filled that spot right there, their first person, so 2A might go right, would have to go right here. And then let's say you got another one, you got a 4th one. Well, that spot's full, that one's full, that one's full, that one's full. Guess where it's gonna go? It's gonna go here. And then if you got a 5th one, it would still look and it would go here because it's gonna go left, right, left, 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 right, 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 right. And then 3 might get one in finally. So 3 gets their first one in and we'll say A. So what's happening is the matrix is being filled as it's building because it's already built the structure of it. We're just filling the occupancy of the hotel rooms. And I'm repeating that multiple times for a reason. Now, here's the power of why the force matrix with the check matches is so powerful. The reason the check matches are so powerful is because if you count the money that you make on every single filled occupancy of these hotel rooms, right, of anybody that happens to fall in these spots within 16 generations of that structure. So you could have somebody clear down on the 15th level, the lift of the structure. What's happening is when you personally bring somebody in, so that one, and these, what's happening now is because you brought this person in personally, not only are you check matching, not only are you making money off of your whole structure, so that's one time you're getting paid, but now you have the ability to check match this person. So you could kind of picture them as the top and they're building out their own matrix, right? But any check they get, you're going to make that based on the percentage that you're eligible for, based on the comp plan. Same thing over here. So now every time you personally enroll someone, it basically is allowing you to double dip, quadruple dip, and so on. Because of everybody you personally enroll, you're going to start check matching. Now, it gets better. Okay, so follow me here. You check match the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, right? But let's identify this one right here, this fourth spot right here. As this person, so let's say this person takes off and they start filling all their hotel spaces of their matrix structure. They're getting a check here off of all of that, right? You're going to also make a check match off of this person, even though the number 4 spot was the one that really took off and did it because you personally enrolled them. You're going to make another check match off of this because you personally sponsored them and they just happen to fall in this area. So you're literally getting paid once from yourself, twice here, 3 times, 4 times, and that's on personal enrollments. All right, so let me keep you up at night with this next statement. The Nelo Life comp plan allows you generational check matches. So we're going to use this guy over here as an example. We can use this guy over here. We'll use this one over here as an example, right? I'll just use the same marker. What happens too is as these people enroll people, you're check matching off of their check matches. A little smaller percentage because they're not personally enrolled, but you would, as an example, your first person, you're going to check match the percentage. I think it's like 20%, right? Off of what his is. But then he has sponsored this person and this person. You are actually, if you're eligible based on the comp plan, you're going to check match their structure. So in essence, what you're doing is you're literally laying a structure of a matrix on a structure of a matrix on a structure of a matrix. And by doing that, you're making more money per membership as whatever commission or whatever service or whatever product they're marketing that goes through this. So I know I went through a lot here, and let me just rephrase everything shortly, quickly, make it easy for you to hear one more time, and you're probably going to want to watch this over. What you're doing is you have an empty structure that already exists, which is just like the hotel rooms that we're trying to fill occupancy. It's all the way, easy way to think about it. You can fill all the occupancy in there by yourself, which would take a pretty heavy lift, but you usually are looking for a handful of people that might take this serious, and they're going to do the same thing. I got somebody calling me real quick. Let me turn that off. They're doing the same thing, right? Now what happens is you work as a team and develop some of these people. That's why unified is what they call it, of you helping, you getting to who get there too, is so significant, because if you do that, you boom, you're popping these spots. Basically, it's the brick that's building or occupying the hotel rooms. But what happens is you now start getting multiple check matches. So if you were to go out and let's say got 5 who got 5, who got 5, who got 5 personally enrolled, and you're check matching all of that multiple times, you actually don't need as many people as you thought you might have needed to make the bigger check, because you went out and went a little above and beyond. Instead of just getting 2, you maybe got the 5 or you got the 10, but because they're falling inside of each other, you're double dipping, triple dipping, quadruple dipping. I don't know what the 5 dipping is, but you know what I'm saying. So I just wanted to throw this together because there's a misconception about how matrix typically works half the time. A lot of people think they can just get in, do nothing, and they make millions of dollars, and that never happens. And if anybody told you that, run. Okay? What this is if you treat it like a good business, you introduce people very simply, and I'll put maybe at the end of this, I'll put a 3-step training video that I teach my people to use because it's third grader easy, and I might put another training below that. So you'll see it at the very end of this video, and you can just click on it and watch it. You'll see how easy it is. It's like 3-minute long training video that I do, okay? But all you're doing is you have a fully built structure of a hotel that has 0 occupancies yet. Your objective is to fill those in. But the thing is you can make more money on each occupancy based on extra effort yourself. That's what makes a matrix great for somebody who's maybe the average builder, someone who's just getting started or learning how to do this, creating some new skills and building their business. And it's awesome, awesome sauce for the person who maybe has a little higher skill set, a little more ambition, and goes out there and really, really recruits. Because if you start putting 20 people in, 50 people, or 100 personals or more in, you can see how you will end up making multiple checks on the same people, which is where the power is. So anyhow, I just thought I'd throw that together for you. A lot of people ask me about this, and I've got enough experience to probably explain it to you that makes sense. So hopefully it did. If not, I apologize. But either way, check it out. Watch these other videos I'll post up here, and we'll see you on the other videos. Thanks.